I'm very glad to participate in this webinar. As NCP, as George said, I'm NCP for climate action and also for secure societies. And recently I was also appointed for transport. In NCP networks in Europe, we are very familiar with this collaboration with each other, and we always have in mind that there are also NCPs in third countries, and it is very interesting for me to have this joint event today with you. It's very nice to feel that we are all in the same network. So I don't know how new is this information for you about the European Green Deal call, because it's big news the last few weeks. My goal here is the goal of the webinar is to give you some initial information about this call and some practical, let's say, information, but there are also other sources of information to get informed in detail about the call and its topics. Questions, I believe that you can write them on the chat. And maybe we can have a short discussion at the end of the webinar. So I hope that this will be helpful for you, and it can be as interactive as possible. So the thing is that a new call is published, and it is the first. I'm sorry, the last call of Horizon 2020. I'm a bit confused with the arrows, sorry. Well, yes, this is the last call published under Horizon 2020. As we are getting towards Horizon Europe, and most calls are already closed from Horizon 2020, it is very logical that the interest of all are now on the Green Deal call. And there is justice on this because it is a very interdisciplinary call. There are topics for let's say half of the thematic areas of Horizon 2020. So I think that it is very important to be informed about this call to guide your clients, because there will be interest from many sectors. So the full name of the call is Building a Low Carbon Climate Resilient Future, Research and Innovation in Support of the European Green Deal. It's about 1 billion euros call for research and innovation projects that respond to the climate crisis and help protect Europe's unique ecosystems and biodiversity. The call opened on 22nd of September, and it was published a few days before. And the deadline for the call is next January. And as I said, it's part of the Horizon 2020. The call has 8 thematic areas. Just let me go back to the title for a moment. It's in support of the European Green Deal, and this is the most important thing, because the call contributes directly to the European Green Deal. The structure is as it is shown on this slide. There are 8 thematic areas reflecting the key work streams of the European Green Deal: increasing climate ambition, clean, affordable and secure energy, industry for a clean and circular economy, energy and resource efficient buildings, sustainable and smart mobility, farm to fork, biodiversity and ecosystems, zero pollution, toxic-free environments. And there are also two horizontal areas, strengthening knowledge and empowering citizens. And these are most to help the transitions to climate change and other changes based on the environment emergency. Some practical information about the participation from third countries. The European Green Deal call is open to the world and encourages international cooperation in great extent. Of course, the usual participation rules apply, so the consortia need to have at least 3 member states or associated countries included. So participants, partners from their third countries need to be part of this type of consortium. And about the funding, some third countries are automatically eligible, but some others are not. The usual rules apply also for this part, and you always need to check the specific rules for your country on the funding contenders portal. I'm not sure if I can see the chat. So please, if there is any urgent question on the particular issues, George, please transfer this this chat to me, this question to me. Well, sorry, but okay. Well, there is a very interesting and big background about this call and some urgent challenges, let's say, about the environmental and social changes. You are all familiar, I believe, with the integration of this type of challenges in previous calls of Horizon 2020, especially under climate action, under energy and other thematic areas. Also, policy framework such as Paris Agreement and UN's Sustainable Development Goals were already integrated in past work programs for this, especially for these thematic areas. So these are all combined again for the European Green Deal. And this is an illustration about how the European Green Deal is structured and what it is. This is a key priority for European Commission for the next period. And it was at about from the new presidency. And it is very important for you and for your clients to get familiar with the goals and the specific priorities of the European Green Deal. There is a dedicated website from the European Commission about the European Green Deal and how, and there is also interest from how research and innovation can contribute to European Green Deal. Well, one part now is the call, of course, but the call is not only based on the European Green Deal. There is a whole series of policy and strategy documents, as usual, of course. And this is a list showing somehow the evolution of these changes. You can always find references about this on the work program, or you can search about this. Some are more general and some others are more thematic related, targeted to a specific topic. So just to have an overview about this policy framework, there is the annual Sustainable Growth Strategy for 2020. There is Sustainable Europe Investment Plan. There is a big initiative from European Commission, a big change for Europe, the European Climate Law. There is a new industrial strategy for Europe, and others to be continued and more specific, for example, farm to fork and biodiversity strategy, the hydrogen strategy for a climate neutral Europe. So it is very important for whoever is going to apply for a topic to know exactly the goals, the priorities, and the framework of each topic. So, as I said, the call is structured under specific call areas, 8 thematic areas and 2 more horizontal areas. This slide illustrates somehow the structure of the call, and there is area 1 to 8, which are the thematic, and 9 to 10, which are the horizontal. And I'll give you some overview for the specific area and topics, but I'm not going to explain in detail each topic. You know very well that a work program and topic description says almost everything. But there are always some other sources of information as well. What is important to know about this call is that it, as part of Horizon 2020, follows these rules and this structure, let's say, and the topic description is structured as this. But there are some differences as well. One very critical issue is that the goal was to have very tangible, very specific results, and in the short or medium term. So this means that projects will start, let's say, by the end of 21, and they want to have specific results to solve solutions by the end of 2025. So if you go through the topic description, you will realize that they are very detailed, very interdisciplinary, and some of them are very big projects. And the reason is that they wanted to ensure that they will have this type of results. Well, I don't know how this can be more clear, let's say, but more clear, yes, sorry. But there is a focus on innovation and demonstration, and there are some specific big projects, such as to about the about the electrocell. And another example is the topic 3.1, which is about industry to combat climate change. These are quite emblematic topics. And there are also topics about value chains, which location matters, but also the general rule about the consortia applies. And there is a strong commitment to engage citizens and communities. These are 1.1 about the wildfires, and the topic 6.1 under the area farm to fork. Well, as I said, it is clearly very open to the world as a call, and international cooperation is encouraged in almost half of the topics, which are in total in total there are 20 topics under this call. I have noted these topics where this encouragement to international cooperation is clearly stated in the work program. but of course you can guide your clients accordingly. Well, there is sorry, I see some notifications on my screen. Well, the first area is Area 1, Increasing Climate Ambition, Cross-Sectoral Challenges, which has 3 topics. The one topic is a very big topic, preventing and fighting extreme wildfires with the integration and demonstration of innovative means. This is known as the topic about wildfires. The international cooperation is very much encouraged in a specific way under this topic. If you go through the work program, you will see that there are many pages describing what they want for this topic, a very detailed plan with several phases. And yeah, you can certainly say that this is something that they want to really achieve. I'll give you some information about this topic in a while. There are also topics 1, 2 towards climate neutral, socially innovative cities, and topic 1, 3 climate resilient innovation packages for EU regions. About the topic 1, the most important thing that I want to say to you now is the relation about the international cooperation. So international cooperation is very much encouraged, in particular with the United States, Canada, Australia, Russia, Japan, Brazil, South America, Indonesia, and South Africa, to leverage knowledge, resources, and best practices, as well as to decrease risks and increase impact worldwide. It is a common worldwide problem, so the solution must be searched worldwide. So if you are based in a country, in one of these countries, you can certainly promote this topic to your clients. You can certainly encourage them to get in touch with European partners, and of course, Europeans will search for partners from these countries. So this may be a big and good opportunity for your clients. Area 2, clean, affordable, and secure energy. 3 topics. Just give me the opportunity to see if I can see the chat for a moment, if there is any okay, I think that everything goes smoothly. George, if there is any particular issue, just let me know. Well, there is the topic 2.1, innovative land-based and offshore renewable energy technologies and their integration into the energy system. Topic 2.2, develop and demonstrate. This is the huge topic, about 100 megawatt electrocell, upscaling the link between renewables and commercial industrial applications. And topic 2.3, which is actually targeting Africa, accelerating the green transition and energy access partnership with Africa. This is about Africa. And during the consultation period, maybe you've seen that in the draft topic descriptions, there was a whole area about Africa, but in the end, this area was integrated as topic under this area 2 about energy. So about this particular topic for Africa, as the demonstration installation will be located in Africa, relevant African partners have to participate in the implementation of the project. A balanced consortium between European and Africa partners will be considered an asset in the evaluation. And that's why there is also a special condition for this topic. if you look at the conditions of the topic, you will see that it is required at least 2 partners from at least 2 African countries must be part of the consortium. So again, if you're based in Africa, this is a good opportunity for your clients, and this is also a good opportunity for Europeans to get in touch with you. So let's use our network. Well, area 3, topic 3.1 is again about international cooperation. Actually, there is no other topic which has these specific conditions and specific description for countries, but there are a lot of topics where the international cooperation is encouraged. A case like this is topic 3.1, closing the industrial carbon cycle to combat climate change, industrial feasibility of catalytic routes for sustainable alternatives to fossil resources, really big title. Area 4 is about energy again, but specifically for buildings. In area 5, sustainable and smart mobility, there is a very big topic where the international cooperation is encouraged. This area has only one topic. It is green airports and ports as multimodal hubs for sustainable and smart mobility. Again, there is a very detailed description in the work program on what they want to achieve and how. So this is also interesting. And again, farm to fork, only one topic, testing and demonstrating systemic innovations in support of the farm to fork strategy. Very global issue, and international cooperation is very important for the success of the topic. And area 7, biodiversity and ecosystems services, similar thematic area, restoring biodiversity and ecosystem services, not similar but close in any case. Again, international cooperation is encouraged. Again, this is a global issue. Area 8 is about zero pollution, toxic free environment. There is no note about international cooperation, but as you know, in every topic, if it's not restricted to international cooperation, it can be supported. Area 9, the whole area, all topics encourage international cooperation. Area 9 is the first horizontal area. It's strengthening our knowledge in support of the European Green Deal. And it's not about CSA projects. There are research and innovation action projects, and international cooperation is encouraged to all of them. Topic 9.1, European research infrastructure capacities and services to address European Green Deal challenges. Topic 2, developing end-user products and services for all stakeholders and citizens supporting climate adaptation and mitigation. And 3, transparent and accessible seas and oceans towards a digital twin of the ocean. And in area 10, there are 2 topics about international cooperation, where international cooperation is encouraged. Again, this is a horizontal area, empowering citizens for the transition towards a climate neutral, sustainable Europe. The topic 1 is European capacities for citizen deliberation and participation for the Green Deal. And the topic 2 is behavioral, social and cultural change for the Green Deal. So again, it is not about CSA projects. The horizontal aspect is not about this. The horizontal aspect is to help, in general, the knowledge about Green Deal, about the issues, about the challenges, and involving, engaging citizens and communities. These are all the topics of the call. George, I don't know if it could be good to have some questions at this point, if there is any question about any topic or the international cooperation.
Yes, Vaya, thank you for pointing this out. There is a question from the colleague in South Africa who asks, what is the difference between RIA and IA?
Okay,
Meaning
this
there
is
is
more.
yes, please.
Yeah, this is more of a general question, but you can certainly find these details in the online manual and the participation rules. But in general, let's say it is more easy for me to explain the difference between the two. So research and innovation action involves more researchers, and maybe the TRL is not that high, but innovation action is definitely more, more high TRLs. The industry is more engaged in general. So it is more about innovation, even more about applied research. I don't know if this helps, but there are also certainly some differences about funding grades, but this only applies for private organizations. So you can check the details on the online manual of Horizon 2020. But this is the difference in quality, if you want to understand what the topic is about.
Vaya, if I may interrupt you, there is one more question for the topic related to the wildfire. The colleague, Mr. Ismail Karadihordi, asks if the participating countries are limited to the countries mentioned on the slide that you presented.
Sorry, I didn't get the, can you repeat, please?
Yes, I see that in this slide, you refer a number of countries in the third column. The colleague asks if the applicants can only be from these countries, or this call is open to applicants from other countries as well.
No, the topic is open to everyone, for every country, but the general rules about the consortium applies. For example, then there is a minimum of 3 member states or associated countries, but top projects need to have, proposals need to have also participants from these countries, but it is not, that only participants from this country need to be in the consortium. It's the opposite. This is an addition, not a restriction.
Thank you, Vaya. We have some more questions, if it is possible for you. I think that we can also go through them at the end of the presentations, but but I can also invite you to answer some of them now. Richard Cardoso asks if overseas countries and territories are eligible for this CAL. Also, we have a question from Veronica Adji regarding the same wildfire call, who asks, is it possible to exist cooperation with one more countries from the global south listed in this slide? And
Sorry, George, because I have difficulty in understanding the questions. Let me answer in the first one first,
okay.
about the overseas and countries and territories. This call is part of the Horizon 2020, so the common rules, the known rules about participation applies also here. You can see the details for each country on the online manual or the funding and tenders portal, where the specific rules are, but there is no restriction.
Combinado então. Pode deixar que eu aviso o salão, tá bom? Beijo, viu?
Excuse me, if you can close your microphone for now, because somebody is speaking on the top of Vaya. Vaya, can I please ask you one more question regarding the call on the Wi-Fi? I think that
Yes.
already answered it, but the question is if has to do with if a consortium can involve partners from more than one countries in the southern region. Yes, this answer is
South region. What do you mean by South region? South Africa.
Yes, maybe South Africa, South America. Yes, this is possible. And of course, there are some other questions in more which have more.
I see now the question. Maybe it is possible to have a consortium composed of South Africa and Brazil, in addition to European countries. Yes.
And how many countries have to coordinate a proposal? It is one country, correct?
Well, there are cases where a project can be coordinated by two organizations, but it's not that common. I don't think there is any restriction, but maybe this is more of a legal issue and, of course, practical issue. But there is no specific restriction for each topic.
Well, thank you, Vaya. I think that we can continue later with the questions. Please go on if you have more information to provide, and we will the questions later. So
yeah, some about at the end of this presentation. I would like to transfer you the atmosphere here. I don't know if you get it in your countries as NCP of Horizon 2020, but since this call is the last call for Horizon 2020, and since it is so much intersectoral, interdisciplinary, the publication of this call was a big issue, not only among NCPs and among you know, usual participants, but it is really you know, big news. So don't be shy and promote this call, because yeah, you can always find this type of news on the European Commission's website and social media. All organizations involved in NCP Horizon 2020 in Europe have promoted this call by newsletters, by announcement, by social media posts. A lot of events are organized this period. A lot of webinars, international webinars, international matchmaking events, also local webinars. For example, this morning we had a webinar here in Greece to inform applicants about this call. So yes, you can definitely promote it to your countries, to your clients. It is a lot of sectors are involved. It is a big opportunity to raise awareness on the problems and on the program. So if you need support in this, if you need material, you can always contact other NCPs, maybe European NCPs, or you can contact directly service facility or the specific email for the Green Deal. You can use our network. You can use material to organize workshops. You can definitely promote other events, international events to your clients. Actually, under this COVID-19 crisis, as everything is organized remotely and virtually, it is a big opportunity for your clients who don't usually have access to this type of events to meet other partners from Europe. There are no big events in Brussels that you can access this period. So you can use definitely this. And I would like you to show you some cases of events that, sorry, this is first the information where to get more information about the Green Deal call. Of course, the funding and tenders portal, where you can find the work program, you can read the topics online, documents, and of course there is the place where someone can apply, okay? And you can also see the rules for participation if you have any doubt before talking to your clients. Of course, there is the European Commission website where you can find information. I have you here the link of the press release for the European Green Deal call, where you can a lot of information, practical information and overview is gathered, and the link to the European Green Deal itself, that strategy, which is very useful for you to know. Yeah, a good source for information at this period is always the network for climate of the NCPs for climate action, the NCPs Care. I don't know if you're familiar with this network. Is the network of NCPs for Societal Challenge 5, and they have during this period there is the more, let's say, high responsibility to promote the Green Deal call, and they have set a specific partner search tool for this call. So you can use this tool, you can promote this tool to your clients, you can search about collaborations through this tool. Moreover, a big event was organized, I think 2 weeks ago, the Research and Innovation Days. This was a big event involving several aspects, also about Horizon Europe, missions, things of the future, but also the EU Green Deal call was presented in detail. There you can find all the videos of the event, which was fully virtually organized, and you can find videos not only an overview of the call, but also specific videos explaining the areas one by one. So it is very useful for you to watch it if you want to gain good knowledge, for example, for area 1. Yeah, and here I have some webinars and networking events for you. There are more if you Google it, you can find more. If you have any doubt, you can see the event page of NCP Scare, what they are suggesting, or you can ask us, of course. Well, tomorrow, a webinar about this new partner search tool of NCP Scare for the European Green Deal goal is organized. I'm not sure if there are if there are places left. You can try to get registered now. This is the link. But usually NCP Scare uploads the webinars afterwards. So if you have any difficulty using the partner search tool, if you want to see this recording, contact me to ask colleagues in NCP Scare, or you can contact directly the NCP Scare to have some information about the specific webinar. Excuse me. Well, there is also one out of many virtual brokerage events in the mid-October, and also a very specific and interesting brokerage event on social sciences and humanities in the specific goal. This is organized by the network of NCPs for Societal Challenge 6, Net for Society, if you know them. And this is also very interesting for you. One good source of information is a past event from the NCP Academy on the call. Here you can find the presentation. I'm not sure if they have the recording. So there are a lot of things happening this period. You can promote this material. You can promote webinars, you can promote brokerage events to your client, you can help them complete their registration, you can help them create a good profile, and yeah, you can definitely benefit from this type of events. I think that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Vaya, for this presentation. We already have some additional questions. The first one has to do with the NCP CARE project, and if it can facilitate the colleagues find partners abroad. Do you think that it is a good practice for them to register in the website in order to find partners for their projects?
Yeah, well, you can promote, firstly, you can register yourself as NCPs to receive the newsletter from NCP Scare. You can promote the website to your clients, but most important, according to my opinion, is to promote the partner search tool. There, partners can upload a profile explaining their expertise, identifying specific topics. For example, I'm interested in topic 1.1 wildfires, and I'm based in South Africa, and they will definitely have some chances by it. And there is also another tool, let's say, not part of this partner search tool, that someone can upload a project idea and looking for specific partners. So there is point in searching this partner search tool to see if, for example, anyone from Germany is going to have to build a consortium and submit a proposal for 1.1 and needs someone from South Africa. So yes, definitely this partner search tool is very helpful and very useful for you and your clients.
Thank you, Vaya, for this question. We also have a similar one from a colleague who asked how to find partners. I think that your previous answer covers this somehow. And we also, if you can add something on this. And we also have a question from a colleague who asks if service facility can provide support in order to organize similar events in their countries. If there are colleagues who are interested in this, of course, we can discuss it bilaterally and exchange some emails in order to explore this opportunity. I don't know if we have more questions. We have a comment from a colleague who says that it needs 120 days for finding partners. The colleague says that 120 days for finding partners and submitting proposals is not enough. Would you like to make a comment on this?
Yes, yes. Well, this is true. Okay, this is true. But there are several, let's say, ideas on this. One thing is that the call areas and the draft topic text, not draft topic text, but let's say a summary of the topic and the titles were available before summer on the under European Commission's website about the European Green Deal call, because it was known that they will submit, they will publish a call about the European Green Deal. So let's say that people who are familiar with Horizon 2020 and familiar preparing and applying for the program had an idea. So some proposals are already, under construction. But for as the international cooperation is so much encouraged in this call, and it is generally difficult for Europeans to access to find partners from third countries. One practical thing is to help your clients to participate in the partner search tool and in this type of events to show that they are there, and help coordinators, European coordinators, to find them and pick them for the proposal that they are already preparing. So try to use these tools, because generally for newcomers or for participant people who don't have easy access on this type of funding, this is the more easy way to do something, not to be a coordinator, not to start building a consortia on their own, but to jump in a proposal which is under construction. And this period with all these virtual events, this is very, very much easier than in the past.
Thank you, Vaja, for this answer. I don't know if we'll have more questions from the colleagues. Thank you very much for participating in this event so massively. It was an honor to have you with you. I would also like to thank warmly my colleagues, Mrs. Vaja Pitelli, who was responsible for the presentation, and Mrs. Vasiliki Kalodimou for the technical support. We are looking forward to see you in one of our next events, which are regularly organized by EU Service Facility. Thank you all.
Thank you all also.